Good morning, students. In second video of this chapter, you learned that per capita income is one of the most important attribute to compare countries. But only on the basis of per capita income we can't judge the development of any country. Because other than per capita income, some other factors are important. Per capita income tells us the average income in that country. Per capita income may be high. In any particular country, 98% people can be extremely poor and 2% can be extremely rich, but their per capita income can show that that particular country is rich. So except per capita income, some other attributes are there to compare countries. You will know about them. Attributes to compare countries. By these attributes we not only compare the countries, we can also compare the states within a country. First one you know very well, it's per capita income. The first attribute is per capita income. Other than per capita income, there is infant mortality rate. Infant mortality rate. What is infant mortality rate? The number of children who die before completing the age of 1 year, 4 per 1000 live births in particular area. That is known as infant mortality rate. Means when children die before completing the age of 1 year, 4 per 1000 live birth in particular area. In particular area, suppose there are 1000 live births, and out of them some children die before completing the age of 1 year. That is known as infant mortality rate. Next, there is third one is literacy rate. These definitions are given here. You can see literacy rate, the proportion of literate population in the 7 and above age group. Who is a literate person? A person who is of age 7 or more than 7 and is able to read and write any one language. That is known as literate person. We can't say that only the person who knows English or any other language, only that person can be literate. No, any person who is of age 7 or more than 7 and is able to read and write any one language, that is known as a literate person. And what is literacy rate? The proportion of literate population in the 7 and above age group is known as literacy rate. And next is net attendance ratio. Net attendance ratio means number of children who are of age group 14 to 15 attending school out of total children of the same age group in particular area. The total number of children of age group 14 and 15 years means the children of age group 14 and 15 years who are attending school as a percentage of total number of children in the same age group. Suppose in any area, suppose there are 100 children of age 14 to 15 and out of 100 only 67 are attending school. So that is net attendance ratio. The total number of children of age group 14 to 15 attending school as a percentage of total number of children in the same age group. On basis of these attributes, countries are compared. Here you can see in table 1.3 per capita income of select states. Per capita income is given of 3 states of India. Haryana. The per capita income in Haryana is 1,62,034 rupees per year, and of Kerala it's 1,55,516 rupees per year, and in Bihar per capita income is 34,168. You can see that out of all these 3 states, the highest per capita income is of Haryana and least is of Bihar. It means Haryana is more developed than Kerala and Bihar, but only on the basis of per capita income we can't judge it. You can see this table. Earlier I told you that except per capita income, some other attributes to compare countries or states within the country are infant mortality rate, literacy rate, and net attendance ratio. Through this table, you will learn that Kerala is well developed in comparison of Haryana. You can see infant mortality rate in Haryana is 36, means 36 children die before completing the age of 1 year in Haryana, 4 per 1000 live births. But in Kerala, it is only 12 and Bihar 42. So we can understand that maybe the per capita income of Kerala is less than Haryana, but infant mortality rate of Haryana is higher, 2 times higher than Kerala. Next, literacy rate. According to census of 2011, in Haryana the literacy rate was 82%, but in Kerala it was 94%, and in Bihar very less, it was just 62%. So even in case of literacy rate, Kerala is ahead of Haryana. In Kerala, literacy rate 94% and of Haryana only 82%. And if we talk about net attendance ratio in the secondary stage, means in high school, so we find that in Kerala the net attendance ratio is 83. Means 83 children of age group 14 to 15 are attending school out of 100, but in Haryana only 61 are attending, and in Bihar only 43. So except per capita income, we can compare countries or states within the country by infant mortality rate, literacy rate, and net attendance ratio. You have to draw this table on your fair notebook. Next topic is public facilities. What are public facilities? The facilities which are provided by the government for the welfare of public, for welfare of people, that is known as a public facility. The facilities provided by the government for the development or welfare of the people, they are known as public facilities. Here you can see it's written, money in your pocket can't buy all the goods and services that you may need to live well. Yes, if you have much money, it doesn't mean that you can buy all the goods and services that you may need to live well. There are some facilities which can be made available for the whole locality instead of 1 or 2 persons. Yes, with help of money, you can't buy a pollution-free environment. With help of money, you can't buy unadulterated medicines. With help of money, you are not able to protect yourself from infectious disease. Yes, in some cases it can be that you can change that locality if you have money. But if we want that we don't get infected, so whole of the community needed to take preventive steps. If we want pollution free environment, it can't be done only by one person. There is a need of cooperation of all the people. If all will support, only then this can be made available. Just think, will it be cheaper to have collective security for the whole locality or for each house to have its own security man? Yes, if we need security, if one watchman is there, it can give security to whole locality. But if each house need to arrange one watchman, it will be very costly. And it is not possible to make school for one child. Schools and colleges are made for providing education to a large number of children. What if no one other than you in your village or locality is interested in studying? Would you be able to study? No. Unless your parents could afford to send you to some private school. So actually we can't say that money can buy everything. Money can't purchase pollution-free environment, unadulterated medicines, security, equality, justice, and all these facilities like of school, parks, roadways, railways, they can't be made available for one person. Actually, for the welfare of whole public, these facilities are provided by the government. We see that there are so many government schools, colleges, roads are constructed by the government, bridges are made by the government, canals are dug out so that irrigation facilities can be provided to farmers, and all this work is done by the government for the welfare of public. The facilities provided by the government are known as public facilities. You have to read these questions on your own and answer these. You also need to complete this table. Earlier, you learned about net attendance ratio, literacy rate of 3 states of India, Haryana, Kerala and Bihar. And now in table 1.6 you can see the data of India and its neighboring countries. Gross national income per capita, life expectancy at birth, mean years of schooling of people aged 25 years and above, and SDI rank in the world. First I tell you what's the meaning of gross national income. Gross national income. Gross national income means the total income here. Total income means domestic and foreign. Domestic and foreign. The total domestic and foreign income made by the residents of a country. Residents of a country is known as gross national income. Suppose this is our country India and these are other countries. The people of India earn money. The people of India earn money. That is national income. But some people from India go to foreign countries, earn money and come back in India. That is also our income. The people of India who are living in India, they are earning money, they provide goods and services, they contribute in the national income. Okay, but some people from India go to foreign countries, earn money in these countries and come back and bring that money back in country. That is gross national income. The total domestic mean whatever is earned by people of India plus foreign income. The people of India go to other countries, earn money and come back. The total domestic and foreign income made by the residents of a country is known as a gross national income. Suppose Indian actor go to other countries, make films and come back in India. They bring money with them to India. So that is gross national income. But we can't say that the money value of all the goods and services produced within the country is part of gross national income. No, because in India some foreign companies are opened, some people from other countries come to India and work here, so their income is not a part of Indian income, Indian national income, because they have opened here companies, they earn money and go back to their country. So that income is not a part of gross national income. Only the total domestic and foreign income made by the residents of a country, because that money remains within India, made by the residents of a country, that is known as gross national income. Means we need to minus the income made by the non-residents in our country. If non-residents of India earn money in India, then after earning they move back to any other country, to their own country, so their income is not part of gross national income. Next is life expectancy at birth. Life expectancy means the number of years that an average person is expected to live. The number of years that an average person is expected to live. Here you can see mainly Sri Lanka, India, Myanmar, Pakistan, Nepal, Bangladesh. These countries, neighboring countries, are mentioned here. We know that all these countries, Myanmar, Pakistan, Nepal, Bangladesh, their gross national income is less than India. Mainly there is comparison between Sri Lanka and India. Let's look at them. Gross national income of Sri Lanka is 10,789, while of India it's just 5,663. Life expectancy rate in Sri Lanka is 75 years. Means in Sri Lanka an average person is expected to live for 75 years. But in India the life expectancy rate is 68 years and 3 months. Mean years of schooling of people aged 25 and above 10.9, and in India only 6.3. And HDI rank in the world. HDI mean Human Development Index. Actually this report, HDI, Human Development Index report, is prepared by UNDP. UNDP, United Nations Development Program. UNDP make HDI report, Human Development Index, and in that index you can see the rank of Sri Lanka is 73rd and of India it's 131. Means in context of development, out of 188 countries mentioned by UNDP, India's rank is 131 and of Sri Lanka it's 73rd. So we can understand that Sri Lanka is much developed in comparison of India. Students, today you learned that per capita income is one of the most important attributes to compare countries, but other than per capita income there are infant mortality rate, literacy rate, net attendance ratio by which we can compare countries. Then you learned comparison among 3 states of India, Bihar, Haryana and Kerala, and we found that in comparison of Haryana, in Bihar there is much development because there is high literacy rate, high net attendance ratio and less infant mortality rate. Then gross national income, domestic and foreign income made by the residents of a country, whether they are living within the country or in any foreign country, but they contribute in the national income, they bring money in our country. Here I have mentioned residents, mean only by the residents. You also have to draw this table on your notebook. Comparison of different countries on the basis of gross national income, life expectancy at birth, mean years of schooling, and HDI rank in the world. For today only this much. Thank you.